Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Harlingen, Texas.
What all cities have you lived in?
I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas. Then we moved to Dallas. Then we moved to Harlingen. From there we moved to Farr, Texas. And then to McAllen, Texas. And then to Mission, Texas. And from Mission to Keller, Texas. And now to Fort Worth, Texas.
List all your pets, or at least the ones that matter.
Well, I'm 7 years old. I've had a lot of pets. The two current pets are Sassy and Sophie. I had an alligator, 2 crocodiles.
What happened to your alligator and crocs?
My mother wouldn't let me bring it in the house and it was cold outside and they froze.
I thought you set one loose in the arroyo.
Well, one that I gave away got turned loose in the arroyo in Harlingen. There was a very large croc found after Hurricane Beulah in the arroyo when it flooded.
When were you born again?
When I was 11 years old at the Mercedes First Christian Church.
What's your favorite memory of your father?
Camping. We did a lot of camping. I liked all of those.
What's your favorite memory of your mother?
Almost too many to list, but I guess Christmas time was the most favorite times.
What about Robin?
Had a lot of fun with Robin when he was little. But I got married when he was 6 years old. But I do remember one time I had a motorcycle and he rode on the back of it. And we went out to some park in Harlingen. And it was a great big hill. And he was begging me not to go down the hill. And he was screaming all the way down. But he had a good time.
What about Judy?
I stuck Judy with a dart in the leg one time and begged her not to tell Dad. I didn't do it on purpose. I was throwing it at a target, but I missed.
What's your favorite wedding memory?
Seeing my bride come down the aisle.
What's something that you did that you hope your grandkids will never do?
Hit my sister in the leg with a dart.
What career do you think Izzy and Gio will have when they grow up?
Not sure about Isabel. She'll probably be a lovely, smart wife and mother. Gia, she's got a will that'll bend steel.
What's your favorite natural place?
I grew up a lot on the Frio River. My dad hadn't had a vacation once. We spent 2 weeks on the Frio. And Grand Canyon is one, and there's a valley in Colorado I can't think of the name of.
Yankee Boy Basin.
Yankee Boy Basin, yeah.
What's your favorite city?
I don't know, I used to like the Rio Grande Valley, but it's changed a lot, gotten a lot bigger and a lot busier. So it's no different than where I live now in Fort Worth. In fact, Fort Worth is probably safer.
What's your favorite season?
Christmas season.
What's your favorite meal that your mom made?
Everything my mother made was good, but I especially liked her desserts. She made a great lemon meringue pie, made a great pecan pie, Dutch chocolate pie.
What's your favorite part of parenthood?
Playing with my kids, taking them camping.
What's your favorite childhood cartoon show?
Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner.
What's your favorite song?
Victory in Jesus.
What's your favorite movie and why?
The 10 Commandments. Because there was nothing like it before. It was the first of its kind. Full color, big screen, monumental graphics, good storyline.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
My Life as a Dog.
I remember watching that, it was horrible. What's your favorite thing about Martha?
How sweet and loving she is. And always cares about how I am and how I'm feeling and what I need. And she's a very caring person.
What's your favorite thing about Isabel?
She's sweet and loving and she likes to hug Grandpa.
What's your favorite thing about Gia?
Gia is sweet and loving and loves to hug her Grandpa too, but she has a spark that just never goes out.
What's your favorite thing about Bailey?
Bailey is one of the sweetest people that you'll ever meet. Extremely sensitive. She's very obedient to the letter. If her parents ask her to do something, that's what she does.
What's your favorite thing about Buddy?
Buddy is sweet and loving, yet mischievous and devious. He likes to build things, which is a talent I don't have, but he does. He's very mechanically inclined. He's all those things, but don't really have I don't know what to call my favorite thing.
What's your least favorite thing about yourself?
Well, sometimes my temper gets away from me when I don't want it to.
That's rare, in my experience. I remember one big whooping, but I also remember that I deserved it. What was your favorite childhood toy?
I guess the very favorite one I had was a little monkey that went up and down on a little music box that you played.
If you could do it all over again, what career would you choose and why?
I've always been fascinated with airplanes. I might make more of an effort to become a pilot of some sort.
Who's your best friend ever?
I had a best friend named John Sears. John was killed on a motor scooter. My best friend since later in high school has been Dick Frost. He was the best man at my wedding, and we still talk and visit.
It took me years to realize he wasn't my biological uncle. Who was your first kiss?
That was Yvonne Hilbrand. I was teasing her about if she ever got kissed, she'd be like the dog chasing a car, wouldn't know what to do with it if she caught it. And she reached up and kissed me.
How old were you?
I was in high school.
What was the strangest thing you learned about your spouse after marriage?
I don't know, I'm still learning about her after 48 years.
What was your first job?
My very first job was working for the Harlingen Public Library, and I got paid 25 cents an hour. And I would go to work, and then I'd just leave when I wanted to. And one day the director of the library called me in, and she said, I noticed that you leave work a lot. And sometimes you don't come in at all, and you don't call, and wanted to know why. And I said, well, I figured if you were paying me by the hour, then if I didn't want to work, I didn't have to. You just pay me when I worked. And she explained to me the difference in that.
What's your best day ever?
Well, that might be today or yesterday. Yesterday was Christmas with 2 beautiful granddaughters and their parents. And today we went to see some beautiful country in Idaho. Watched some bald eagles.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
What's your biggest fear or phobia?
I guess that one of my family will be hurt.
What angers you the most?
Disrespect.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I'd like to be able to fly.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Trust more in God. Worry too much.
What's the boldest thing you've ever done?
Squashed a cockroach. No. No, I think one time there was some guy giving this woman a really hard time. And I just stepped up and put my hand on his shoulder and I said, you need to back off before you hurt somebody. And he did.
What's the best present you've ever gotten?
The very best Christmas present that I remember as a kid was a bicycle. I only got one bike. I didn't get lots of bicycles like kids do today. I got it when I was in the 3rd grade. I rode that bike almost clear through high school.
What are the names of your grandparents and where did they live?
Walter and Ethel Bailey were my mother's parents. They lived in Mercedes, Texas. Lee Brown was my dad's father, and he lived in Grapevine as far back as I can remember. But he was a trucker and was everywhere for a long time. His second wife, May, was like a grandmother to me. She lived in Grapevine too. And then my dad's mother was Ruth McInnes, and she lived in San Antonio with her second husband.
When you pass through the pearly gates, what do you want to hear God say to you?
Welcome.
What's your favorite memory that isn't your spouse or your kids?
Well, my spouse and my kids were with me, but I think jeeping in the Colorado Rockies was one of my favorite memories.
That was awesome. I loved that. I can't believe how long ago that was and how well I remember it. It's a good indicator of how awesome it was. It was great. Thanks, Dad.